Hi, hello everybody. So, we're in the final stretch now. There's only 3 days left until Destiny Rising comes out, and we are getting very, very small little inkling driplets of new information. They sure do like to make us wait, and they sure do like to make me in specific wait. There's a couple of announcements that have been pretty special, at least to me, as I've been anticipating them for quite some time. Since July, in fact. However, before we get to that, I would like to go over some of the social media posts that they have released over the past few days. A lot of the posts have been character drip marketing, which is probably pretty nice for a lot of the people who have not been engaged with beta content or who aren't and now only just figuring out about the game. Though it isn't as exciting for people like me and probably a lot of my viewers who are already very familiar with all of these characters. There was actually one small detail included in these images that led to a little bit of speculation in the server, and that was the inclusion of these little up arrows for the weapons, which led some people to believe that this could mean that the character weapon slots would be opened up a bit more. However, those weapons that are featured for the character would be the most effective ones on the character, either synergizing the most with their individual kits or getting some stat increases. Though I will say that is just all pure speculation, and my personal take is that it's just some UI left over for representing the enhancement levels of weapons. However, I would love and absolutely adore to be wrong on this. Opening up the character weapon slots and while still keeping them specialized towards certain styles would be the best of both worlds for both game balance with the characters and for freedom in your builds. Moving on from that, we have our first cross promotion between Destiny Rising and Destiny 2. Now, this is something that I had touched on a little bit before, more on the lack of any sort of cross promotion that we had seen between Bungie and NetEase. However, we can see here that they were just waiting until launch in order to properly announce anything of this sort. Right now, they are just giving out a special emblem, which does look quite nice. I'm sure there's going to be a good amount of people who maybe weren't interested in Destiny Rising at all, who would play just so that they can get this emblem for their characters on Destiny 2. However, what probably hasn't really been explored is the fact that this opens up opportunities for more cross-promotion in the future. We could see weapons that came from Destiny Rising be added to Destiny 2, and we could even see armor sets from Destiny Rising be added to, let's be honest, the Eververse. Though I'm sure there would be plenty of people who would be more than willing to shill out the amount of money that it would take to get an armor set that looks as good as Wolf's. But I also wouldn't be surprised to see if we got some exotic weapons featured in Destiny Rising, or rather exclusive to Destiny Rising, be ported over to Destiny 2. The old Prefect, which was the shotgun hand cannon, the first shotgun hand cannon, might I add, would probably be a very good addition to Destiny 2 because they just added the spread shot package frame to the game, and an exotic to go along with that new legendary would be interesting for people to get their hands on. Though my personal pick for an exotic weapon from Destiny Rising to be ported over to Destiny 2 would be the Satya Lixni Smart Bomb Grenade Launcher, because that is just such an interesting concept for a GL, and especially with a lot of the super generation changes that came with the Edge of Fate, I believe it would be very interesting to see that interact in the new sandbox. However, now we're getting to the big news, and I would just like to say I absolutely adore these renders that they put out for these two announcements. I would love it if we got some raw images of this where it's just the background without any of the extra text here or here. I would definitely use this as the background for my Mumu player or even my entire PC. It just looks that good. So this is just an announcement for the 3-day timer until Destiny Rising's release. And it's also a reminder that the pre-downloads will be opening on August 27th in the morning. However, what was a little bit understated compared to the 3-day announcement is the fact that they are going to be releasing the launch developer preview the day before the preloads are open. Now, this developer talk has actually been that very thing that I've been waiting for since July 21st of this year, so it's been over a month since that day. And one of the events that is going to occur in this dev interview is that they are going to be answering a lot of questions that they gave the opportunity for the content creators of Destiny Rising to ask the developers. And as you may guess, I asked quite a number of questions. I don't expect that they're going to get to nearly all of them, and a few of them have actually already been answered by the CN beta. However, they are openly stating that they'll be going over all of the optimizations that they've made based on our valuable feedback. Now, let's just hope that this isn't a situation like the latest TWID for Destiny, where they kind of said they were listening and did the exact opposite of what the players wanted. But that's really all I have for today. It's a little bit of a shorter video. However, I do have some extra announcements regarding my Discord community. One of them is going to be that I am going to be creating a viewer wolf pack. And I am looking for people to help in running the Wolfpack, so if you have experience with running a clan or guild or any sort of other group like that and are interested in that, go ahead and reach out to me. And if you're interested in joining the Wolfpack, be sure to join my server, because that will be your best opportunity on getting in and staying in. I don't plan on making it a super sweaty deal, but just make sure that you play on a regular basis, because nobody wants to join a pack where half the people are inactive. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you're interested in more news, commentary, and guides regarding Destiny Rising. And as always, I will see you all next time.